What is good, internet? This is Capital J Productions, and yeah, I probably should have got out of that, but it's okay. I'll probably edit this part out, but yeah. Anyway, this is Capital J Productions. I'm back with my wife here, my beautiful queen, and today we're talking about, as you guys can see, my wife versus the baby mama, right? And I went on ahead and I created this this whole list for you guys to check out, and we're gonna be talking about the differences between like my wife and of course my baby mama. I'm talking about my real baby mama, but I meant to put the baby mama here, but I mean this is just for men out there, really. I mean there's some things women can learn from this as well, but that's the reason why, you know, I'm doing this, is because I just think that men are more visual, and it's certain things we just need to see. So instead of me just rambling on talking like I always do, I thought I would make, you know, something visual so you guys can just go back and watch and listen. And we're gonna be making our points as you guys will see what we're talking about as I click on this. I made this slide. I made it about a week ago, and just haven't had time to do it. And so now we're here. We have a little time, and so this is my wife. Welcome. Feel free to say whatever you want to say, of course. And you know, if I have a question, I'm gonna ask you from a woman's point of view, or whatever. But the reason why we're doing this is just for, you know, just to educate, basically. So yeah, to help. So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. My wife, and I talked to her about doing this, but we haven't really specifically went over like anything. So we're just totally freestyling this, like everything I always do anyway. So let's go. Okay. So my wife versus baby mama. Okay. And I came up with all these things because I noticed the difference. I've been with both of them. I know what the difference between the two is. So just bear with us, right? So this is my wife, of course, versus, let's wait for her to come. The animation is a little slow. And this is the baby mama. This is just, you know, some random woman that I picked off the internet, and yeah, I kind of turned her into a cartoon, and she's gonna represent my baby mama. Okay, so yeah, let's go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna try to go through this as quickly as possible. Okay, so we're gonna this is another background. Okay, this is my wife here, and this is my wife. Let's see. Okay, my wife, she's honest. Okay, I put this number one because honesty is everything. Like, to me, honesty is so important, because without it, there's no way you can have a relationship without honesty. You know, as far as like, my wife was honest about everything. She was honest about like what she wanted, what she didn't want from a man. Just, you know, she was just honest, you know, about everything. So I think that's important. Do you have anything to say on that, or?
It's important because the truth always eventually comes out.
It comes out anyway.
It comes out anyway. So
yeah,
it's just something we as people should be doing.
Yeah.
Regardless. You know?
I agree.
It's just the right thing to do.
Yep. Eventually, even if you're not honest, the God's truth, the truth will come out eventually. So it's just gonna make you look bad if you're not honest.
Yeah.
You know, about anything that you want or anything you're pursuing, you know, just be honest.
It equals peace.
It does. It does.
Peace of mind, you know?
Yeah, it does.
So.
Yep, I agree with that. So, okay, now number two is something I've noticed about my wife, is that she's willing to learn. And that is a big one. Like, you know, it's so many black women, and this kind of ties up to number one, the honest, being honest. because a lot of women out there, or a lot of black women, I should say, that I've dated, they act like they want to learn, from a man, or they act like it, they'll pretend like it for a week, or as long as they're interested in you at first, but then once they realize some things, or they can't change you, or something like that,
or they can't keep up with their front.
Yep. Yep. Then they're not willing to learn no more. It all goes away. You know what I'm saying? And this is why this ties back into honesty, because
honest, because it's gonna come
a lot of them are playing games, and they're not really trying to learn. They're not really trying to become better. And some of them is just, a lot of them is just, they don't want. They just feel like, hey, I'm basically team independent, and I ain't got to learn nothing. So this is very important, because this is a big problem with black women, So let's go to number 3. Now, this one probably could have been number 1, but it's very important, especially to a man, that you have a submissive woman, because if she's not submissive, then there's no way she's going to be willing to learn, so. And be honest, my wife is really the only woman that I've ever met that was submissive, and it wasn't easy like in the beginning. She wasn't always, submissive, but she was willing to learn. Number 2, she was number 2. She was willing to learn how to be submissive, and just learn how to become a better woman. And because like even me, like. I don't think, like, a lot of people don't realize even husbands have to submit to their wives, like the Bible says. What I'm saying? It's both. It's not just one way. But I'm just talking about it from my point of view. Like, I've noticed the difference between my wife versus the baby mama. And we'll talk about the baby mama later. We're just gonna focus on the wife right now. But yeah, my wife she's like total, and she just continue to get better and continue to want to do better, because she's willing to learn. Okay. And she's honest about it. Like, it's no like, oh, I have this secret plan of, I'm going to screw him over later. None of that, because she's honest about it. So let's move on. Okay. Were you done with submissive?
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay. So here's another big one. I talked about it in a couple of videos ago about taking accountability. It's something I had to always do. I was doing it before. I've been doing this for so long. Like, I've always been that person that take accountability. You know what I mean? I always look at me. I always look at my mistakes. That's why I call myself Capital J Productions. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look up the term capitalize, it means to take advantage of any opportunity, basically any opportunity. And in order to take advantage of any opportunity, you have to take accountability. You have to look at yourself. You have to look at your flaws, and you got to say, okay, well, this is where I lack at. This is where I need to get better at. I need to start doing this. Okay, this is what's holding me back. These people are holding me back. This person, is this person helping me or not? And you have to be honest about it.
Right.
All of these from 1 through 4, they all work together. And but that's what taking accountability is. And I noticed, like, once I started doing it, it changed my life. It totally changed my life. And yeah, and my wife, she's that way. She's the same as me. So
yeah,
it took me a long time to find a woman who does take accountability. But you do have to be patient. But she does take accountability. So I guess for this one, I have a question, because I noticed even my mother don't even take accountability for like what she do. So I guess my question to you is, how did you become, like, because I've never seen any other black women that's like you in my personal life. So I guess I'm asking you, like, what made you take accountability? Like,
Mm, I don't know. I've always been an honest person to begin with. I've always been fair. I
yeah,
don't know. I didn't ever have anybody teach me it.
right,
So I don't know. I just always knew it was the right thing to do, and I was always about doing what's right
right,
and being fair
right,
and being honest to the best of my ability. I was never like a liar
right,
or fake about it. I was always honest.
right. Okay,
So
that's good.
yeah,
Because I know, I mean, it's a big problem. It really is a big, big, big problem.
it is.
Because like I even tried to hold my own mom, to certain things I bring up, and she wasn't even willing to do it. And if
Right,
she can't do it, her daughters can't do it.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I had to realize, like, this is usually men don't have a problem doing this stuff. It's women who really have this problems of taking accountability, because
right.
women just think they can do anything nowadays, and there's no repercussions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
They're not being real with themselves, because if you
Right.
were being real with yourself, then you would realize, hey, like what am I doing?
Yeah,
Like
because everything has a pro and it has a con. No
right,
matter what you do in your life, I've learned everything has a pro and it has a con. And so this is when number 4 comes into place, which is taking accountability. Because once you start thinking about these things, you start realizing, like, oh, okay, I need to really think about things before I do things,
yeah, yeah,
So is there anything else
right.
you want to mention about taking accountability?
Um, no, I mean, because like 1 through 4, 1 through 3
They all
is
work together.
they do work together.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yep. So, okay, let's move on. So, number 5, okay, wants to become better. This is so important, because if you don't have a will to become better, I guess I can use for myself, is I always wanted to become better, because everything when I grew up, everything around me was bad. Every male that I seen was a negative. I didn't see really anything positive. I never really seen you know any male. There was no role models around for a male. There was nobody, not my friends, my cousins, my uncles. There was nobody, to look up to, for me to
right,
look up to.
right,
So I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know, like, what made me go in the direction that I went to, but I knew that I just wanted to become better, and I think it started with music. So it started with that, and it just moved on to, like, every category in my life. Like, okay, like, even when I started dating women, right? And things didn't go right, I had to learn, like, okay, I want something better than her. You see what I'm saying? But I had to date, like, someone who's not on my level, to realize, like, oh, I want better. You see what I'm
right,
saying? Like, you
right.
you have to get that experience, like, oh, okay, this woman is not right for me, and I do want better. I want someone who's more on my level. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or at least mentally. Because I mean, like, there's really no man and no woman that's really just meant to be together. I personally believe. I believe that y'all both come from 2 different worlds. Even if y'all stayed across the street from each other, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, y'all still stay in different houses. So think y'all could be raised 2 totally different, different ways.
Yeah.
And so when y'all get together, y'all still got, like, she can have habits from that place and he can have habits from his place.
Right.
And so when y'all try to come together, it can, y'all got to try to make that work.
Yeah.
And the only way that's going to work is if y'all want to become better.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
You got to see the truth in it. You got to see for
Yeah,
what it is.
for what it is. Yep. And in certain things, you can't try to change people. You just have to want to become better. Because there was times when my wife, she struggled with a lot of things. and I had to like, I had to be like, okay, well, she doesn't get that yet. I had to be patient. Like I have to be the one that was like, okay, well, I'm gonna be patient because this is my wife, or, I care about her more than I care about, what we currently disagree with. You know what I'm saying? Like it's temporary, but that's just me becoming better. You know what I mean? Becoming a better husband. And it's an endless, it's not something like, oh, I reached this level. I reached level 10. I don't have to do anything no more. It's a constant thing. Yeah, and that's why I put wants to become better, because it's like, even in my music, even in everything that I do, I'm always looking at what I can do better. Right. Like what can I do better? So, and I don't think like God put us on this earth just to be like, okay, just for you to learn like certain things and then bam, that's it.
Right. There's always something to learn.
There's always something to learn, so. Yeah. And this world is constantly changing. Right. So the world is doing it to you anyway. The world is constantly getting better. If you look at the cell phones and everything we have, they're constantly getting better. Yeah. If you look at the phones we had 5-10 years ago, they're nothing like what we have now. Yeah. They're faster. They can hold more data. They can hold more video files. Right. They can hold more pictures. They're constantly getting better. But it's funny because we live in a world where most people are not trying to become better,
right? Right, because they don't want to deal with themselves,
right?
But then if you don't want to become better, you won't take accountability. No. You won't be able to be submissive. You're not willing to learn, and you're not going to be honest. It all ties up. It really does all come together.
When I did this list, I really thought about it. It didn't take me that long to come up with this list, but I just really sat there and I thought about it, and I just wrote. I came up with this top 10 list really, really quickly. Because, I got a good memory. I got a good brain. God blessed me with an incredible brain. I've learned incredible things. I do incredible things. God made me this way. So he just made me like who I am today. And I'm thankful for it. But, I think he installed it into me. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't really get it from anywhere, Like I said, my own mother don't even, she's way older than me, and she don't want to become better. She don't take accountability. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things my own mother is not. And I love my mother, I always will love my mother, but I mean, let's just keep it real. I gotta be honest about everything and about everyone. And the Bible also says, like you gotta be able to choose Jesus over anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you're not ready to ditch your family, if you're not ready to ditch your wife, if you're not ready to give up everything for God, then you don't deserve to be in this kingdom. Right. And there's biblical quotes that I can quote about that.
A lot of people say, "Oh, put God first, God first."
Yeah, I hear it all the time, and then it's like really? Okay. So, But I'm not no one to judge, but I mean, it's just, you can really tell who puts God first and who don't, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, you have to want to become better. And that's my wife. She's constantly getting better. She's constantly,
I mean, especially when you have kids too, you have to want to become better,
right.
Because then they're not.
And what's funny? What's funny about it is that parents, I've seen it where certain parents want their kids to get better, but the parents ain't even getting better. They would want their kids to like get better grades or do just become better at school or
right.
do better in sports, whatever the case may be. But then the parents is they do nothing to become better, to become a better parent, to just nothing. So this is important, and that's what my wife is, and she's the only woman that I've witnessed that was all of these things. So, and because I've been with other women who's on the opposite side, we're gonna get to that soon, but let's keep going. And guys, I'm mentioning this because you guys need to be like, when y'all dating and stuff, y'all need to be looking at this type of stuff. Y'all need to be. And this is why I made this, so y'all can go back and maybe y'all can write some of this stuff down, or just, what I mean? Like whatever you do, just, save this video, whatever you do. just think about it, you know, think about what I'm saying. And so the next woman you talk to, start looking, just listen, you know what I'm saying? Your ears and your mouth, really your ears will tell you everything you need to hear. And that's something I'm great at because I do music, I mix, and I master. And God has trained my ears to be better than most. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to be better than most to get to where I am because I got to where I am on my own, you know? So I had to learn everything from scratch. And these right here, it tell you everything you need to know. So listening, you know. But anyway, that's something else. Let's go to number 6. And number 6 is very important. Shows it by her actions. This is it right here. This is probably one of the most important ones, because you have a lot of women that say they this. You have a lot of women that say, at least I'm speaking for myself. I had a lot of women that say, you know, they was that, or they want to get married, they want to do this, but are they trying? The thing is, you need to be paying attention. Are they really trying to become a wife? Like, are they going out to the clubs with their friends? You know what I'm saying? Like, still dressing single, you know what I'm saying? Still doing single stuff. You know, why are they supposed to be trying to become a wife? Or are they really trying to become a wife? Right. You know? Yeah. So it's like, you know, a lot of women say they want a husband, but then, you know, just the minute a nice guy or a nice looking guy that hits them up in their DM, bam, they're responding to it, and they're talking to them, and they're texting them. Right. You know, and let them have some status or some money or whatever. But she tells herself she's a queen and she deserves a king, but she can't even be loyal to one guy. You know what I mean? She don't know how to block off all the goofballs and just stick to this one guy who she knows is a good guy and knows that he's marriage material, that type of stuff. So this is what I mean by show it by her actions. And that's the difference, you know, between all the other women that I've dated versus my wife. My wife shows it by her actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, when she do something wrong, she don't just say, I'm sorry, and then go back to doing the same thing again. That's not what she does. You know what I mean? She, when she's sorry, she makes up for it, and she makes sure she doesn't make the same mistake again. So, you know, and I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same way because I'm trying to get better at everything. So, you know. So is anything you...
yeah, actions are important because, like you were saying, you can just say anything and you say it over and over and over and over again. But there's going to come a time where either it's going to come out or you're going to be tested, and then what? Because eventually you can't hold that fake, that fake energy. Nope. You can't hold. You can only do that for so long. You only can do that for so long.
But you want to know what though? Like, it can take you a long way, because when you blind, that's how I was telling you about you. Of course, you know who this is, but they don't know, and I don't want them to know. But you know, the one woman who I was with for a very long time, for 7 years, I was with her for a long time, and I believe that, you know, she did a lot of sneaky stuff, but I was too blind to see it. You know what I'm saying? She did have wife qualities. That's why we was together for so long. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact that she did sneaky stuff way before I even caught on to what she was doing. But she knew how to make it up. She knew how to keep my attention, you know, because, you know, I mean, I have to say this because I'm not trying to be like, what's that term that say, I'm not trying to be vulgar. I'm not trying to be, I just know how men are, right? And there's a lot of women out there that know how men are. Men were very sexual. So it's like, okay, so a lot of women are really up to par in the bedroom, okay? And they know, like, okay, all I have to do is X, Y, and Z. I find out what he likes. I do that. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure I do it. I'm going to be better than any other woman that he has or have. I'm gonna master it because I'm just master it because I just want him, or I need his support, or I just want his money
for their own motive.
Yeah, it's a motive behind. They're not doing it because they generally care and they really love him and they're looking to be with him and trying to become a wife. It's a difference if you're doing certain things because you really want to be a wife or you really want to be his wife versus if you just like, oh, I'm just running game. Because that's what's in modern day rap, right? All these women, you got all these women who's talking about how they game these guys and how they just, they do this for some, do a little this, do a little that for some change. And then, and then they running on, they got other guys, and this is a bunch of garbage. Really, hip hop is a bunch of garbage. It always been a bunch of garbage, and it's just going down, a garbage road. And none of these artists are worth, listening to. So you got to have your own mind. So just look at the actions. You know what I mean? The actions will tell you all. It'll tell you everything. Yeah. Eventually they will end up telling on themselves. So yeah. Anything else you want to? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So let's go to number 7. Okay, great understanding. Now this is another one that I realize is that a lot of black women lack. A lot of women in general lack, period, but especially black women, is great understanding. It's easy to make it look like you understand, you know what I'm saying? But you can tell when somebody truly understands something versus when they don't understand. Right. So, I mean, I've been with enough women to know, and I know my wife got great understanding. She probably may not feel like she does, but I know she does. So, especially compared to what's out there in the world. Because, I mean, you can see, like, there's a lot of women that, that present themselves online. They don't even know how to present themselves correctly. You know what I'm saying? They put too much out there. They don't know how to, they don't know the limits. You know what I'm saying? They don't know where to stop. They don't know, like, there's a lot of women that don't understand. They just don't understand, like, what's out there on the internet, what's capable. And me, I know about everything, okay? So I just know, I pay attention to everything because God taught me that way. So, and plus I need to learn so many different things. He just made it that way. Teach me a lot of things. And because he wanted me to get number 7, which is great understanding. And to have great understanding, that means you got to know about a lot of stuff. You got to know about, like, everything of the world to really understand how to move in the world. How to do certain things, how not to do certain things. You know what I mean? I had to learn about like how to avoid cops. You know what I'm saying? Like how to avoid gangbangers. I had to learn like how to, like certain places you go, certain places you don't go. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn so many different things. Right. But in order for you to do it, and, you know what I'm saying, and say, oh, you know what? I noticed that over there. Like, oh, okay, that's just over there is just a pit. It's just a pit over there. It's for black men or black people to fall in that over there. Right. So I'm not gonna go over there. Right. I'm gonna just go this way. It take a person with great understanding, you know what I'm saying, to notice that and say, you know what, I'm just to really see instead of just being blind, like, because that's how like a lot of, like, if you pay attention, like, and that's what I'm gonna be talking about pretty soon is these rappers, because man, these rappers are so blind out here. You know what I'm saying? They just listen to this rap, they listen to rap music, and they really be believing like what they hear in these songs. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so sad to witness, you know what I mean? And you go to certain people's Instagram and certain people's pages, YouTube pages and stuff, and it's like they really be trying to live like a rapper. And it's like dude, these rappers ain't even live like it, like what they're saying in these songs. Right. You know what I mean? Like, because lack of great understanding, it all comes down to it. And I know I'm drifting off to a different lane. I'm supposed to be talking about my wife versus my baby mama, but my baby mama doesn't have none of these. And we'll be getting into her soon. But great understanding is so important. Okay, because if not, if she doesn't have great understanding, she's gonna be doing this to you all the time.
Right.
Mouth. That's it. Just mouthing off to you. You don't even know. Just all emotional, going off on you for nothing. You know what I mean? Because she don't have great understanding. So, is there anything you want to add to that? Or?
No.
Okay. Okay. So number 8, which is knows how to control her mouth. Man, I could talk about this one for days. Black women in their mouths. And there's something my wife, it took her a minute to, you know what I'm saying, because she had that problem too. But, you know, like, because me, I can mouth off too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the hood, you know what I'm saying? I'm not somebody you can play with, you know? Like, if you want to go there with me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can go there. And my wife, she's tough because she has to be tough. No one was there in her life, so, you know what I mean? So we kind of had to go through this, you know, that whole point. And, but because she had all of these up here from 1 to 7, you know what I mean? She figured it out, you know what I mean? And that's the key. That's the difference. But most black women, they're not trying to be none of this. So they just gonna keep mouthing off to you. And guess what? They're gonna, when you decide to be like, oh, okay, you're gonna mouth off to me like you a man, okay, I'm gonna treat you like a man then. And you do that, next thing you know, they call the cops, you go to jail. Okay? That's how that works. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, that's why you gotta have number 7. You gotta have great understanding. Yeah. And you have to understand that a lot of these women, they may be saying one thing, but, you know, look at their actions, you know, look at their actions, okay? And you got to ask yourself, you got to be real to yourself. If you're a man, you need to take this list seriously. And if there's like a woman that's in your life that's doing the opposite of this stuff, just leave her alone, bro. Don't even bother her. It's not even worth your time. It really isn't. Because, you know, a lot of black women have this problem. They don't know how to control their mouth. You know what I mean? And I know because I have, but dealing with the baby mama, she didn't know how to control hers. You know what I mean? And everything was an argument, and everything was the way she seen it. You know? And I got to the point. I'm like, I'm not gonna keep arguing with you. You know what I'm saying? About the same thing.
Right.
Like, see, I knew I had to learn how to control my mouth because I can, you know, I can argue. I know how to go off on people too. But it's like, is that really the goal? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that really the goal, to be arguing with my child's mother? Like, that's not a goal for me to be we're just going to be doing this every week. Like, that's what it is. But when you don't have great understanding and you're just a woman that's just trying to get your way with that man, that's all you're trying to do.
Right.
Then you're going to get a lot of number 8. Right. I mean, not number 8, but the opposite of number 8.
Right.
Which is just a bunch of this.
Right.
You're talking and you can't see your kid and you can't do this and you can't do that. And it's like, it's all, I can't.
Right.
You know, and it's like, okay, it'll be what it is. Let them run their mouth themselves, you know. But you just make sure you have great understanding, number 7, and just keep it pushing, you know. Because eventually God is going to give you your queen. If you patient enough, you will get her. And I'm living it, I know. So, is there anything you want to know what? I think I got a question for you. Okay. So, what made you realize that you have to learn number 8, which is control your mouth?
Because...
Or what? I guess I should say, well, what was the motivation of you to change change your speaking habits, I guess I should say. Do you understand what I'm trying to ask you?
Yeah, I do. Well, because it was the right thing to do. I have a position. I have a role. I'm a woman. Right. You are a man. So I had to learn my place.
Right.
And it's not always my place to be speaking, you know?
Yeah, that is true.
So sometimes it's just for me to listen and do, or maybe listen and come back later, you know? So, because if your husband or whoever it is speaking, you want to know what they have to say. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like how are you even going to know if you're just like that, going on with the mouth, you're not giving that person a chance.
That's true. It's true.
So what type of relationship is that? What type of, and that could be in a friendship, that could be your mother, that can be, anybody.
Anything.
It's like, true. It's not just husband and wife or baby mama and
it's true.
Baby daddy, it's across the board.
Yeah, definitely.
With your kids, everything, it just.
But what's funny? Like black women, they don't mouth off to their boss. You know what I'm saying? When they have a job. Right. They can learn to have that discipline, like with their boss at work, or certain things like that. When it comes to money,
right?
It comes to the court. It comes to the court, right? Just because a guy has a special robe on, now you can submit yourself to him,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's for what they want.
Yeah,
for how they want it. So
it's just really funny how that works, And it's like, but you got a good guy here that's a fair person, and you just don't want to be fair with him.
Right.
But you can be fair to the judge. Why? Because they're gonna have your back. You know what I'm saying? They have an incentive. They're mainly on your side.
Right. But if that person can't be fair with you or not be who they say they are.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not even worth it.
Yep. But yeah, this is a big one. Know how to control her mouth.
Yeah.
Fellas, if she can't control her mouth, it's not your job to put her in place. You're not her pimp. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to be her pimp. Stop trying to be her man. Stop trying to be anything. You can't fix that bad attitude, bro. It's not your job to fix. Like, you're not here trying to date no kids. You're a grown man. Act like a grown man. You know what I'm saying? And she has a right to feel the way that she feel. And if you don't agree, you have a right not to agree, and you just move forward, So that's all I pretty much got to say about that.
That could be a whole nother. There's a lot more to say about that.
All of these are so important. It's like you could just make a video on every subject. Yeah. Really, you can't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have anything else you want to say about that?
No, we can.
Okay, we'll move on. Okay, a very good listener. This is, man, the best listener I've ever dated, ever been friends with, ever, and married to, all of that. Like, it's crazy. Like, she's a good listener. It's my wife. I talk to my wife a lot, you know what I mean? She's my best friend, obviously. She's my only friend. And the only friend I really need, and she's a great listener. She listens to me, you know what I mean? She's like the only person who really listens to me. Like, my own mother didn't really listen to me. I think if my own mother would have listened to me the way that my wife does, I think we would have a better relationship, But yeah, she's an amazing listener. She's, it's crazy because you're like, you're so different from the baby mama, you know what I mean? You're so different. And and so the reason why I could have put my wife versus any other woman, whatever. But the whole reason why I put my wife versus the baby mother is because my baby mother is currently trying to fight her way back into my life because she feels like I'm supposed to be with her. Okay, so I'm just putting it out there, and I know this, and it's like I know what you're doing. I know what you've been doing, and I know it's you. I've been playing kind of stupid for a long time, but she can tell you I've been telling her about it because God has been giving me dreams about my baby mama, and warned me, so on several dreams about her coming back. And I didn't want to believe it until all this other stuff started coming into play, and so that's why I'm trying to bring awareness to, like, so you guys won't, y'all guys won't have to be going through all this crap I'm going through, because like when you really move on, like from your baby mom or you really move on from your baby daddy or whatever, it seems like from what I'm just witnessing, it seems like you really get tested. It's almost like, okay, God knows like you moved on from him, and then he's like, oh, okay, he's ready. Let's test him and see if he's ready.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
It really seems like that. Like you just don't care no more. And the thing is, I stopped caring a long time ago, very long time ago. Excuse me. So, you know, and the reason why is this is number 9 was one of the main reasons she never listened to me, you know, like, and it's crazy because all I really asked her was to see my child. And she couldn't even listen to that one question, that one thing. It's not like I was one of those baby daddies that was like, hey, you know, I'm trying to get back into your panties. You know what I'm saying? Like let me get in. Oh, I just want that. Oh, I'm still your baby daddy, blah, blah, blah. I'm still an important part of your life. I'm trying to get, it wasn't even that. Right. I respected her and she don't even see that. Like she don't even see it. I respected her enough to just leave her, let her be.
Right.
You can go date whoever you want, do what you want. Just let me see my child.
Right. Simple.
And she didn't even listen to that one thing. So that's one of the main reasons I put this on this list. My wife she's just a great listener. You know what I mean? She listens to me and she, you know, and then she does all of this stuff. You know what I mean? Probably thinks about it and process things and like, oh, okay.
You have to if you want to become better, if you want to be submissive, if
It's
you're
true.
being honest with yourself, you know, like it's not just about, if you're in a relationship with someone else, you have to be a good listener. Like you got to do it on your job. You have to do it with your kids.
That's what I meant by earlier. Is like I've seen black women who, you know what I mean, they be submissive to their boss, and it's like, but then you try to talk to them, and then they give you all kind of attitudes, and it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Like so that's what it takes. If I just, you know, if I write you a check, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be submissive like that to me.
Right.
It's crazy. But yeah, anything else you want to mention about the very good listener?
No.
Yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But man, most women don't have it. They just don't.
No.
They don't want to do it, I guess. But and here's another big one: not influenced by others. This is probably this is so big within if y'all. I'll just say this: if you notice one thing about like black women, what do you know? I'm gonna ask you, what do you notice about black women when it comes to this term right here? Like, I mean, this topic, number 10. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's the opposite. They are influenced.
Exactly. But how? Like explain it to me how.
Man, with just like the videos that you see like on OnlyFans or the hair, the makeup. It's just follow after follow after follow after follow. That's what it's all about.
They're all the same. And I know this for experience. See, look, I'm gonna tell y'all about some because I was getting ready to drop I'm getting ready to drop some videos about music marketing. I learned a lot of things. Like God gave me to do a lot of things. And he gave me to do some things that I think Christians wouldn't approve. You know, they would be like, oh, God would never tell you to do that. But I know it's for him because I don't have the type of mind to think of these things on my own. And so there's a lot of things that I started doing. And there's a lot of things I started noticing. And so, but I'll be going down to when that time comes, I'll tell y'all about that. But there's one thing I have noticed is that we live in a world of followers.
We do.
And that's the bottom line. People are just, especially black women, are following. They're just following. Like, you know, they follow us for us the looks. Like tomorrow it could be, you know, I mean, I just think it's crazy that, you know, that most black women they won't even take care of their own hair. They rather just buy it. Like how you buy to me, I guess coming from a man point of view, I don't see like, even though y'all look good with it, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all look amazing with it, but it's just like why? To me, it's just crazy. Like why would I, as a man, why would I ever buy hair, right? Like my hair grows, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would never buy hair. I would never, and I don't understand because like a lot of women have hair already, but they're buying hair and they spending a lot of money on hair,
right? Because
of other women that's spending money on hair,
right?
That they see on TV, like, oh, she looks beautiful with it.
Right.
Well, I wonder how I look with it. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know like what the thought process behind it, but
right.
It's just I don't see any women that's like, oh, okay, oh, that's just what she's doing. I'm gonna be me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't see that. Like, I see like, oh, okay, she got those boobs, she got those, that boob surgery. Oh, she got them bunny plates. Oh, okay, let's all go and let's start doing that then. And it's like
they're not trying to improve on themselves. They just trying to be like the next, They just following what the next person is doing.
And so it's like it's very rare that you find a woman that's not influenced by others. And I mean to be real about it, we all are influenced by something. But if you're gonna be influenced by something, be influenced by. You gotta know like what to be influenced by and what not to be influenced by. And that's the thing, is that Black people in general, most of them don't know this. They don't know like. There's certain things you want to be influenced by. There's some things you don't want to be influenced by.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to know like, okay, if something is good for you versus if something is bad for you. Mm-hmm. You have to know that. Like,
You do. But a lot of people are blind and they don't really see it for what it is.
Yeah.
Or they don't want to see it.
Yeah. And it's like, because the whole bad bitch, I'm going to just say it because that's what it is. It's a bad bitch movement.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, that's what it is. And you hear it in the hip hop songs. You hear it in the hip hop songs on the radio. You got these women y'all listening to, they don't even live like that. Like, they don't even believe in like the stuff that they're trying to sell to you guys. So y'all can be like, But you know what I realized? Is that the Bible says that women are gullible. It took me a long time to believe that. I'm gonna actually put the because I told you about that a long time ago, about how it's in the Bible that women are gullible. It took me a long time. I was like really, they're gullible? But once I started looking into like women and just especially like just what I see on Instagram and what I see on YouTube, I know for a fact that it's true. There's no denying that it's true. It's no denying it. So, but yeah, a lot of people don't even know that's in the Bible. Women. It says women are gullible, and it's true. It's true. Because anytime you think like, wait a minute, you got hair on your head, and you're still let somebody convince you to buy other hair, and it's not even like it's mystery hair. Really, like you don't know what you're getting.
Right.
You don't even know if it's. Yeah, it says Brazilian, you know what I'm saying, on the package, but how do you know it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know it's really that? How do you know? Like,
that's true. There's a lot of deception out
there. So.
And I mean, I don't of course I'm going to say something about the hair.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with buying that.
No, it's not.
It's just your hair should be a priority.
Right.
A lot of Black women don't even take care of their own.
Yeah, hair. It's not nothing wrong with it. It's just you got to understand your hair first, and then you can say, okay, well, I'm gonna buy this bundle and I'm gonna do this to my hair, but I know what I'm doing.
Right. Not just
that's different. Not just I'm just trying to keep up with these girls over here. Right. I gotta keep up my image. Cause I gotta be a bad bitch. I gotta have that look. Mm-hmm. I don't look like a bad bitch, so you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just I'm not having that.
Right.
They not about to be out stunting me.
Right.
It's more of that than that's actually true. Being like no, let me learn how to do everything the proper way. Let me learn how to take care of myself. Let me learn how to take care of my hair. Yeah. Take care of my face. Properly take care of my face. Properly take care of my body. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
instead of focusing on others, they should be more focused on themselves. Not that you can't look up to anybody.
Yeah, I mean you can
be your own priority.
Let's just keep it real. We look at everything, right? Like I said, we influenced by like I'm on Instagram all the time. But the thing about it is the stuff I look at, right? I'm always noticing, I'm always looking at women, I'm always looking at cars. I'm always looking at, stuff that I love. Food, dogs, babies, all kind of stuff, right? So, not that I'm influenced by it, but I look at it and, you know what I'm saying? I notice like, okay, That's nice.
Right.
And I move forward. You see what I'm saying? Like I'll still be me. I'm not going to let no app, or I'm not going to let what I see on an app, I'm not going to let anybody in this world change me for who I am. Because I've been doing this back way before, Instagram was around. I had to do it.
Right.
I had to learn how to uniquely be me.
Exactly.
Because if I was influenced by others, I would be a gangbanger. And I'm telling y'all, that's what I would have been. I would have been a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? I would have been right in prison with my cousins, probably right now, or I'll be dead. It'll be just those two things if I was influenced by others. So thank God that I did have the kind of mind that I have, and it taught me to only date women who have that same mind frame. And my baby mama was the one that kind of taught me that, you know what I'm saying? I messed up bad with her. So it taught me, like, dude, you can't date no, even though she put on the show though. Like she I personally believe that she just was nice to me for what she seen I was doing good. I had a nice car, I had nice rims, you know what I'm saying? I had a job. I was doing good for myself. And she's like, oh, I can get him, you know what I'm saying? And
and that's you.
Yeah. So I mean, because everything changed after after she had the baby, everything changed. It was like, okay, everything's done now. I got it. I'm gonna get the child support check. I'm gonna get it, and so it's like when you go through that and you went through what I went through, you have no choice but to be this list. You become this list. You know what I mean? I wasn't always this top 10 list, but I had to learn quick. I had to really learn, like, oh, okay, nah, man. Like, I'm sitting up here, I'm losing like what, 40% of my paycheck, like every month. Every month it hits you. You know what I'm saying? Every month it's in your face. Every month it's right. It's like, aha, your baby mama's winning. Aha, she got you. Aha, every month.
All right.
You got to go through that every month for 18 years. Yeah. And you telling me you're not gonna start doing this, or that's not gonna affect you. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? Most of the people who got something to say is the people who haven't went through what I went through.
Right.
Like you can't have no voice in this argument if you haven't gone through it. So that's why I feel like I have a right to feel the way that I feel about this. And this is why I'm putting these videos together, because I do understand the importance of this. I have been on the bad side of it, and now I'm like, it's been a couple of years since I've got out of it. Everything is paid up. I got out of it. Thank God I got out of it,
Right.
And so now I'm able to make videos and share, the knowledge that I've gained from what I've learned. And I think that's very valuable, because like, how many men are online talking about this stuff? I know I couldn't find nobody talking about this type of stuff. Not that I was really looking, but it's just, I just noticed nobody talks about like child support, what to do, what not to do, what type of women to, look for, what not to look for. And that's why I'm bringing this video to you. I did all this work, everything y'all say, I did all this just for you guys. You know what I mean? I did it because I want to make a difference. Not like if I had a son, if I had a boy and he was here, this is the stuff I would be teaching him,
Right.
So, I mean, I kind of taught I taught her sons, and I'm still teaching one of them. I'm in the process of still teaching him. He's not at that age, but, to where he need to know about this stuff yet, but he's almost there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
right.
I'll teach anybody, because I don't want nobody to go through what I went through, because you might not make it out, and
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, but don't be influenced by others. Start being your own mind. Use your own mind. My wife is like that. She uses her own mind. She's not trying to follow nobody. She's her own unique self, and that's what I love about her, is that she's so unique. Very unique. She's simple. She's very simple. She's very, very simple. and she's just an awesome wife. It's so many things that I can tell you guys, like you know, how she is. She's not only like good looking, she has a bomb body. You know what I'm saying? She keeps up with it. She still feels like she can, you know. I almost took a video of you today when we was at the store.
You're crazy.
Like, to show you off a little bit on my page.
Okay.
So yeah, let's move on. Okay, so let's go over to. Is there anything else you want to say about this?
No.
This is a big problem,
yeah.
though. You know, you guys got to stop being influenced by, because a lot of the stuff you see online, it's not even real anyway. Like, a lot of it's fake. Like, my wife, she sent me a video earlier. This lady in makeup, she looked beautiful, right? But then she started taking out everything of it. She took her teeth out. She took her teeth out. She took the eyelashes off. She removed she removed her what's that? The makeup. She removed all the makeup, and man, her real skin all messed up.
Her teeth.
Yeah, everything was all messed up. Yeah, so it was like, damn, it's crazy with makeup and just, you know, you can't just look at a beautiful woman online and be like, oh my God, you know, as a man, like, oh, I want her, blah blah blah. You don't know what you're looking at, so you always got to keep that in mind.
Right.
So yeah, don't be influenced by other people. So let's move on. Now let's get to the baby mama, right? Let's see. So we're gonna move on from this. Okay, this is the baby mama's place, and of course she's flyed up. Okay, she looks fly, but look at the face. Notice she's not happy, right? She don't look happy. Okay, all right, just pay attention. I chose this picture for a reason. Okay, so this is the baby mama, right? Let's see. Where is there it is. Okay, I'm like, where's selfishness? Okay, this is something I think is probably the number one thing that I thought about it deeply, and I think this got to be number one, because that's what she was. That's what she is. I believe she's still selfish now, because the reason why I feel like she's selfish is for one, you want to keep my child away from me for 18 years, right? You don't want to work with me. Okay, you got everything you want. You got the payment. You kept the child. You didn't want me to see my child. You got that. You got everything the way you wanted to get. You want it. Mm-hmm. What do I get? I didn't get anything. You know, I didn't really get nothing I wanted.
Right.
So, and then now that I'm married, I moved on. Now you feel like you can get back. You feel like you can just get in here, and I'm supposed to throw my wife to the side, a woman who's worked hard. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman who understands me, a woman who generally loves me, cares about me, and has done way more for me than you have done. You know, I'm supposed to toss all of that from the side for you. It's not going to happen. So, but you feel like you all that, you feel like you can, you could go ahead and take your shot. And I know I've been told recently by God that, you know, He is behind this. And so, because I was trying to push you away for a long time, but now I'm not going to try to push you away no more. It's just, you don't want to believe the signs that God gave you. You don't think that I'm being honest about it. You don't think that I'm just playing a game or whatever you think. You're just going to have to come out and find out for yourself the hard way. So, yeah. If you ever do come in person, you will see the truth. And I know that you're 100% selfish. You don't care about me. You don't care about your own daughter. You don't care about, you don't even care about, you know, the fact that I have a wife. You don't care about, you don't have any respect as far as God's, you know, for God's, I guess, couple, because that's what we are. I prayed for her. I don't know if you might not have watched my videos, but if you watch this one to the end, I prayed for her. And I've actually got her. I didn't even know I was going to get her. I let God choose my second wife. you know, because I got it wrong the first time. I got to choose my first wife, and that didn't go well. And I realized I didn't know what I was doing. I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know what I was doing as far as choosing a wife. Because obviously, if I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't have got divorced. I wouldn't have went through a lot of the stuff that I ended up going through. And I figured out, like, okay, let me go and ask God, and let him pick. And he picked, and he got it right the first time. So that's why I'll be a fool to choose you over her, you know, and that's not what's going to happen. But your selfishness is the one that caused this. You know, it caused all of this. You know, it caused me to miss out on my child or our child. You know, you just messed up a lot of stuff, and it's all because of your selfishness. So I mean, it is what it is. So, anything you want to say on this, or?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. Selfishness does cause a lot of problems.
It does.
It causes a lot of problems. I mean, the other person who's caught, being selfish doesn't realize it, but because they're so selfish, they can't even see what they're doing. That's right. They can't even see
what they're doing. And they don't see the hurt. They don't see the hurt. They don't see the pain they cause. They don't see the damage, that they've done. Right. They don't even care. They don't even care. It's just like, oh, get over it. Right. It's like, no, how about you go through what I go through, and then you get over it? How about that? And then you can have the right to say that to me. Till then, you can't say nothing to me. Right.
They need to do it, But
so, and that's just that. That's where I sit with that. And selfishness is, and unfortunately, most black women are this. They're selfish. They just want what they want. They just want money. They just want to use a dude, whatever the case may be. So yeah, selfishness is bad. So let's go on to the next one. You done?
Yeah.
Okay. Conceited. Now this is obviously the truth. This is what she is. Because, I mean, because she's a good looking woman. You know what I'm saying? She is a good looking woman, and so I'm quite sure she has a lot of guys probably trying to get at her. And she knows, like, she's a good looking woman. But it's a whole lot of good looking women out here. Like, man, I be telling, like, I tell my wife all the time, like, I have so, honestly, but just being truthful about everything, man, I had so many opportunities to cheat on my wife. So many opportunities. And she knows. I tell her about this stuff that happened to me when I'm out, like, at work or whatever. And it's like, and I could tell, like, women try to flirt with me or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you get married, you really have to be really ready, because it seems like Satan comes and he's gonna try it. He's gonna send women your way. And they ain't gonna be no ugly women. They're gonna be beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? They're amazing. You know what I'm saying? They look amazing. Right. But do you know the heart? Do you know how she is? That's why I talk about the stuff that I talk about. Because I studied the word, I studied God's word, and then certain things happened in my life. Like, my baby mama, she's beautiful. On the outside, she's beautiful. But, you know what I'm saying, my wife is beautiful too. My wife is even, to me, more beautiful than my baby mama. Because look at the heart. My wife's heart is unmatched, So I get treated very, very, very well. You know what I'm saying? Very, 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 very well. And it's like, I know what it's like to be treated very, 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 very bad too.
Right.
And I remember that. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a long time to come out of that. So it's like, what do you think I'm going to choose? Me? I know what I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose you. I'm going to choose you every time. And so it's like, but when you deal with women who's conceited, they feel like they can sleep with any man. They feel like they can take a married man and sleep with him, because they feel like, oh, I'm that. Remember I was saying that bad bitch mentality. Right. Oh, I'm a bad bitch. I can take you. I can take your man away from you. That is a thing in the black community, and it's like, It ain't gonna happen with me.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on some man of God stuff. Because I know I studied the word of God. I know that most of the men in the Bible had got taken out because they didn't know how to control their eyes and control their, you know what I'm saying? It's just, right. And maybe that's why I'm able to like do what I'm doing as far as like making stuff like this. And it's like, yeah, it looks beautiful, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? To me, it's just a picture. It's not even real, you know what I'm saying? Or a video or whatever. It's like, it's just maybe other guys and other people make a big deal out of it, but I don't.
Right.
Because I'm looking at the bigger picture, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, right. And, you know, yeah.
There's no purpose in being conceited.
No.
I could say the same thing. I could pull who I want. I can be who I want.
It's true. My wife get a lot.
For what?
My wife, I remember the dude at the beach. He was like, damn. Like, and he did that right in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And I knew it was with my wife. He did it to where like he kept his head straight, but I think you was behind me, huh? You was riding on the bike behind me. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, damn, but he said it real loud. It was kind of funny. And I automatically knew. I was like, oh, it's because he's watching my wife's, you know. My wife got a very bomb shape. Very bomb shape. I see it every day. I look at it and it's like, I'm blessed because I don't see no other women out here that even look remotely is close that have a shape like my wife, right? So it's like, you know, I thank the God for that, and just, you know, just beautiful. Still. You just beautiful for man to tell to me.
But still, even with that, there's no need to be.
Yeah, right.
If anything, you're supposed to keep that for you, you know, to feel good about yourself, you know, for you, for your motivation, not to.
Yep. And the thing about it is, they be conceited for no reason. Because honestly, you be like I noticed about certain like Instagram models and stuff, and because when I do see them, I be thinking like, man, they'll make a post and it's like you could tell they think they all that, and it's like, it's like you must not really know what's really out here, or you must not know like what us guys see out here on a daily basis, like, because a lot of the most beautiful women I see is really off of Facebook. It's not even, or Instagram. Right. They're not even like, it's in real life, like, you know, and it's like I said, a lot of the times you don't even know if what you're looking at is even real. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You don't know whether it's a man, woman.
You don't know. You don't even know. So like, you know, for you to be conceited in his own line, it don't even make no sense. You know what I mean? But that's what you got going on these days, and my child's mother is definitely conceited because, you know, if you really think you could take a married man, you gotta be. You know how high your confidence got. That ain't even confidence. That's just being cocky.
Right.
You say, oh, you know what? I know I'm better than her, and I'm just gonna. I know I got some. You know, my stuff is better than hers, and I'm watch I pull her back. You gotta be conceited to think like that. Right. You know. Yeah. So it's no need of being conceited because you know, it's not a good thing. So let's move on. Fake personality. And that's the truth. Like, okay, obviously she faked being my girlfriend. She been my girlfriend long enough just to have my baby and then break us up on purpose for no reason. She broke up for no reason. And then you take my child away from me. So that whole time she was faking. And she has her record stands of us being apart way longer than being together. You see what I'm saying? And it's like that part, you have to look at that part. Like, why wasn't she like the question I asked, like she's trying to come back now, right? But why didn't she have that same energy back, like when I almost said her name, but my daughter, when she was only like 1 or 2. Right. Why didn't she try? Why didn't she try as hard as, you know, why didn't she try that hard when I was available? Right. She didn't try. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, but now you're coming back after all these years, and I'm supposed to just be like, oh yeah, I'll take you back because you look good. Nah. I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, if I didn't even have my wife, I tell my wife all the time, if my wife wasn't my wife, I would have went and found somebody else. I wouldn't go back to to this, to 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I agree. I got brothers that have, you know, girlfriends or baby mamas like that.
Yeah.
It ain't cool.
No, it's not. You're just gonna have problems. You're asking for problems. That's what you're doing. As a man, you're asking for problems. Yeah. It's better to just stay away from these type of women. Is there anything else you want to speak on for fake personality? Mm-hmm. But that can goes to, I mean, there's so many things. Because like she makes all these fake accounts and she thinks I don't know it's hers, and I just play dumb. You know what I'm saying? I know it's her. Like there's some recent stuff that happened, but I won't get into that. But you know, and I know it was her because it's like, you know, I know it's her because I know what men care about and I know what men don't care about. So I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, she makes all these fake profiles and stuff and follow me and you know, and try to have like these conversations with me. She's been doing some crazy stuff, man, some crazy stuff. But it takes up to this whole fake personality type of thing that she's, you know, it's like you gotta some point you're gonna have to get real with yourself, you know what I mean? And you're gonna have to realize like this is not gonna get you nowhere, you know. Like in order to get to a person like me, you gotta be real. Like that's it. Because I can smell fake a billion miles away, you know what I mean? So, and this is coming from somebody who knows how to make fake stuff. Like I literally create fake stuff. I create fake women. I create all kind of stuff. Fake cars, all kind of stuff. So, I mean, I can see it a billion miles away, you know what I'm saying? So, but I don't have a fake personality. I have a reason why I'm doing that. Right. I'm not just doing it to doing it. It's for business purpose. All of it is for business purposes, which I will explain in detail in another video. So, but yeah, so the fake personality thing, you know, y'all got to start being real out here. Like y'all say y'all want real men, y'all want this and this and that, but y'all being fake, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know, stop being fake. Stop getting fake stuff.
That's where you need to stop being selfish. Right. Because when you start being selfish, then you realize why you really complaining about these men.
That's true. It's so true.
Simple.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Stubborn. Now, I can talk about this one. I can make a whole nother video about this one, but, you know, I noticed the time is getting kind of late, so I'm trying to speed up a little bit, but the stubborn, she's so stubborn, and she's stubborn for, I don't know what's the reason. You know, I can see if you were stubborn towards me because I might have, you know, hit you. I might have
done something.
Yeah, I may have done something to our kid, you know, abuse, something to, you know, to that extent. But it's like, you know, she had no reason to be stubborn towards me. You know what I mean? None, no reason. So, yeah, but that's, you know, she's being stubborn now. She don't even want to accept the fact like, hey, you know, this married man don't want you. He's not going to divorce his wife. He's not going to cheat on his wife for you. He's not going to do anything. If anything, you're going to get the truth, you know, and that's just it. So, and she doesn't want to believe it. She's being stubborn about that. Right. Just like she was stubborn about not letting me see my child.
I mean, I think that's a little more than being stubborn. You're not living in reality.
I've never seen anybody like her.
She's not living in reality.
My dad was stubborn. My dad was about as stubborn as she is. Because my dad, he wasn't listening to nobody. But I'm saying, me personally, of a personal dealing with people, she takes the cake. She's as stubborn as the most stubborn person I've ever met in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to deal with nobody like that. Right. I'm stubborn too, but I'm righteousness. Out of righteousness, I'm stubborn. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
you gotta more. Use it the right way.
Yeah, you got to use it the right way. Like I know how to treat people. I talk to people fair. If you don't do anything, you know what I'm saying? You don't mistreat me in some type of way. I'm gonna be cool with you. You know what I mean? But like with her history, nah, man, no way. So, yeah, that's what she is. Ladies, if you out there and this sounds like you, stop being these things. Because trust me, like if the man is smart and he comes to me, I'm gonna tell him what to do because I know what to do. And if my child's mother is trying to chase me down, it's probably gonna happen to you too.
Right.
So You know what I mean? And I never thought that this would happen to me, you know. Like, I just thought she just generally didn't care. She just wanted her money. She got her money. She just moved on with her life. I thought that's what it was, you know. Like, oh, okay. She moved on. Okay, fine. I'll just pay. You know, I have no choice. It's either, you know, you pay or you go to jail.
Right.
What I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to pay. But I'm going to make sure that she never get another child from me. That's what I'm going to make, you know. I'm going to do that. So,
right.
You know. But yeah, stop being stubborn, y'all. You know, if y'all got a, you know, y'all got a baby daddy or a child's father, whatever you want to, you know, refer to him as, let him see his child. Like, why can't he see his child? If he wants to see his child, you know what I'm saying? Let him see his child. Stop being stubborn. If you want him back, put yourself in a position to where y'all can get back together. Don't be like how my child's mother is. She to 18 years, and you know, she just banking on me coming back to her, and I'm not coming back. I'm not. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I wanted to come back, you know what I mean, I could have came back a long time ago, but I'm not coming back. I tried in the beginning to come back. I tried. She said no. She was stubborn about it. She kept saying no, even when I was just trying to see my child, and she couldn't put it together that, hey, if he sees his child, he sees me too. Eventually, all I have to do is smile at him, and then he's probably gonna make his move on me. Right. She couldn't even figure that out. Like,
right?
It's just stupid. But now you got to do all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you know, stupid. You got to make these fake profiles, and you're doing all this other sneaky stuff. And you're not getting away with it. Like, God is telling me everything. I tell my wife all the dreams I have about you. Have I been wrong about anything yet? No. I don't have the power to give myself these dreams. That's how I know it's God. So, you know. But anyway, let's move on. Disrespectful. Clearly, that's what she is. Not respecting this marriage, not respecting my marriage, not respecting another black woman's being married. You know, I often wonder sometimes, what if tables was turned? What if I was doing all this stuff she was doing, and she was doing all the stuff I was doing? You know, I would be in jail. If the tables were turned, I would be in jail. Really think about that. Like, if I was doing all the stuff she was doing, I would be in jail. I would be labeled as the most horrible black man. You know what I mean? Because basically stalking I'll be stalking my baby mama, making fake profiles to go check her out and all that type of stuff. And I have her blocked on Instagram. I don't go to her. I don't go to her page, and I don't want to go to her page. I don't want to see her no more in my life. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? Because she had no excuse to do me the way that she did, because she's basically being disrespectful. She disrespected me. And now you're trying to come back and disrespect me some more? What, you're going to be nice to me now? You know what I mean? What are you going to do? You're going to say sorry for what? For me losing out on my child for her whole life? And I was supposed to just accept that. I'm not going to accept it. I'm just not. Because if the tables will turn, I don't think you would accept it either, you know? So, and it's disrespectful for you to even think like, oh, okay, I can go back, and let me go back and get him. Or let me go back and do anything. I don't want an apology from you. You don't owe me nothing. You don't owe me anything. What's done is done. I paid my dues. I did what I was supposed to do. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's it. And this is the reason why I don't want you back in my life, because you've been mad disrespectful. You've been stubborn. You've been, you're fake. You conceited. You're selfishness. I don't want to deal with nobody like that. You know what I mean? So right. I definitely don't want to be married to somebody like that. Can you imagine being married to somebody that's selfish, conceited, that has a fake personality?
It ain't gonna work.
They're stubborn and they're disrespectful.
It's not gonna work.
Tell me, how is that a good thing? Like,
headaches.
You're just asking for headaches. I don't care how good that you can put Beyonce right here, and I will say no to it. And a lot of people will be like, "Oh, that's cap. It's Beyonce. Beyonce ain't even that fine. She ain't even thick enough for me." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even like skinny girls like that. So, And I'm past the looks, you know. Right. I care about heart. That's what I care about. I care about your heart. That's what God taught me. That's what we're supposed to be looking at. That's the number one thing we're supposed to be looking at as men. It's the heart first. Because if a woman is not that attractive, or you're not that attractive to you, but she's willing to like work on herself and do all that stuff on the list, on the wife list, she's gonna make herself look. She's gonna look good for you. Right. She'll be willing to do that for you. But a woman like this that got 1 through number 5, she ain't gonna do nothing for you. Because she's selfish. She don't see things your way. She's conceited. She already thinks she's all that. She don't think she got to work on herself. Right. Oh. And she's fake. She might even fake it. You know what I'm saying? She might just like, oh, okay, I'll change for you. And then her actions won't show. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's not going to add up.
So, yeah. So, it's just, she's being disrespectful. And she's very disrespectful. So, number 6 is dishonest. Okay, she's not honest. You know, she's definitely not honest. She can't even give anybody a reason why I can't see my child. She never gave a reason. She never even gave not one reason to nobody. And I'm still like, I'm not even interested to find out like on why like she did this to me. I really don't care. I just came up with my own answer. Like, oh, you just want to get paid. And that's it. Because her actions show that, you know what I mean? That's all I need to see. So to me, it's like, well, you trying to come back, that's being dishonest. Like, you know, this is, you're not being honest about it. You know what I mean? I think you're just trying to get another baby out of me for another 18 years. Get another check. I'm going to always think that because going on the history, that's what it seems, you know, it is. Right. Like, what else is I'm supposed to, you know, what else I'm supposed to believe? You have anything to say about being dishonest?
No.
Okay. The queen mentality. This goes back to the selfishness, basically conceited. And that's a big problem within the black community. Every woman think they're a queen now. And they don't even understand how it works.
Right.
In order for you to be a queen, you have to have a king. And now a queen is led by her king. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just be single out here and you're calling yourself a queen. But, you know, but black women seems that they can, it's like they have this queen mentality, and this nothing you can tell them. Nothing you can, you know, you can't tell them anything, you know, because they're a queen.
Right.
Even though they don't have no attributes of a queen.
Right.
You know? Like, so, I mean, and that's what she thinks. You know, she thinks she's a queen, you know, for some whatever reason, I don't know. But that seems to be the mentality she has, and it's like, that's fine if you think you're a queen, but, you know, you ain't the queen for me. I already have my queen anyway, so, I mean, you know, she can be a queen for somebody else. She can't be a queen for me.
Right.
But, yeah, so if, you know, y'all ladies who have this mentality, y'all gotta drop this queen mentality. Like, I don't even feel like I'm a king. I don't feel like if I was a king, everything would be different in this world.
Right.
It would not, I would have no struggles. If I was a king, that's what it would be. I wouldn't have no struggles. I wouldn't be busting my ass working as hard as ever. Everything would be different. You know what I'm saying? But I know I'm not a king.
Right.
You know? I wish I was a king, because a lot of things would be different. And I'll just leave it at that.
Right.
So, anything you want to mention about this?
I think we shouldn't be putting labels on ourselves. That's for God to do.
That's for God to do. You know what I'm saying? I just think we should be regular human beings, and that's it.
And just be the best you can be.
Just be the best you can be. Like, that's what God put us here for. He put us here to start thinking we're conceited, and, you know, we start thinking we all that. We start thinking, you know, we better than other people. Start classification of people. Or I'm on this level and all this type of stuff. God didn't put us here for all that. We all got the same stuff. Just like God told me. What did he tell me? He told me in a dream. It was something about racism. It was something I seen on racism on TV. Mm-hmm. And then he gave me a dream that night. He was like I gave all the humans the exact same part. Like, so how could How could one race of people be over another? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't even think about it like that until he gave me to a dream. He was like he showed me a specific part, like on the inside of the body, and he was like, all of you guys have that, like, you know,
right?
And that really, like, I thought about that, and I was like, damn, you know, it's facts, you know, the stuff he gives you. But yeah, so y'all gotta stop this queen stuff, man. We ain't the queen. Nobody's the king or queen of anything, really.
Right.
So y'all really know what that means? Because kings and queens got real power. They have power to make some real changes. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, y'all probably not gonna listen to me anyway. So, deceiver. This is what she is to me. She's a deceiver because you know, when you can go over to my mom's place, you know, you can go over to my sisters and you talk to them, and you know what I'm saying, you act like it's one thing and then it's another thing. It's just a deceiver, you know what I mean? And you really not, you know, you really haven't changed all these years. You're still selfish. You're still all these things, you know what I'm saying, from 1 to all the way to 7. She ain't changed.
All right.
She's still doing the same stuff. You know what I mean? She's still, nothing has changed, you know? So,
right.
You know, so I mean, there's really not too much to say about being a deceiver. It's just, you know, I'm going by her actions, and, you know, I just feel like she's still the same, you know.
Based on what you see.
Based off of what I see.
Right.
And what I know, so.
Yeah, but most people don't see it. That's why they think, or she may think that you don't see it.
Yeah, exactly. But I see it. You know? I clearly see it, you know. And it's like, you know, and I clearly think she don't really want me back. She just, I don't know what it is, but, you know, maybe she just wants, maybe it's just she just wants her way. You know what I mean? Like, she just wants her way.
Right.
And I don't think she wants me back. She just want to get her way. See if she still got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type of thing. So that's why I say she's a deceiver, because I don't think anybody, you know, I don't think anybody in their right mind will be trying to get back with an ex after 22 years have passed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, 21 years really, because she left when, you know, when my daughter was like 1. She left around that time. So.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, like you left and you just disappeared. And every time I try, you say no. But now you're back. And now it's like, okay, I'm ready or whatever.
Right.
I'm ready to settle down and be a wife. And I'm supposed to accept that?
Right.
When you ready? What about when I was ready? What about when I was ready to be a father? Oh, you didn't care then, huh? Oh, yeah. Okay. And I'm supposed to care when you say I'm supposed to care.
Right.
It's not going to work over here.
Yeah. That's probably what it's always been about.
Yeah. But to me, you're a deceiver. So, but anything else you want to say on that?
Again, deceiver. Eventually, the truth always comes out.
Yeah, it comes out.
It's going to come out.
Yeah. I think it already has. Like, I mean, there's so much on the surface. Like, I'm always going to look at the history. You know what I mean? Like, right. I'm the type of person. I'm just like God. God taught me well. You know what I'm saying? Like, he teach me how he see things. And so that's what I do. I try to look at everything as an overall. And then you make your decision.
Right.
You know? So you don't just look at, like, the good. You don't just look at the bad. You got to be balanced. You got to look at everything as a whole. Because when God judge us, that's what he does. He's going to look at everything that you did. He's going to look at everything you didn't do. Right. And he's going to make his decision. You know what I mean? And it's really based off of whether you believed in Jesus. But still, he's going to look at your works. The Bible talk about the works. That's what he's looking at. Right. So, yeah. And her works ain't looking that good. You know what I'm saying? Right. Shit, like, what have she done that's good? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a long history, especially with me. I don't know about with other people, but with me, her history is horrible, you know? Right. So,
yeah.
So, deceiver it is. Okay, you ready to move on to the next one? Okay. Ignorant. Okay, so this is what I strongly feel that she is. She's ignorant. I think she's ignorant to the fact of the things that she did, and I don't think she understands the importance of what she did. You see what I'm saying? I just think she's ignorant to the fact of like, oh, it wasn't that bad what I did to him. But it's like, are you convincing yourself of that? Or are you going to listen to me when I tell you, like, this is just what it is. Like, you did this horrible thing, and that's it.
Right. Or at least try to understand. You know, if you don't understand, at least try to understand where the other person is coming from.
Like, dude, she don't understand all the stuff that I went through. Like, it's almost like she don't want to hear it. She don't even want to hear my struggle. Like, all of my struggles is mainly because of her. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it didn't start until after she went and put me on child support.
Right.
Now, I wouldn't believe if that was true if she allowed me to see my child or whatever. Then I wouldn't have that narrative. But it's like, man, you wouldn't even let me see my child. Then I figure out years later, oh, the child, the courts, they raise the child support when the father don't see his kid. Like, I found out all of this information. I'm like, oh, and I started putting pieces together. I'm like, oh, that's why she did me like that. It's so she can raise child support. You know what I mean? And so it's like, how was I not supposed to come to this conclusion? What, you thought I was never going to become this smart? That's what it is. I believe that's what more of it is they think that, like, oh, okay, he's stupid. I got him, and he's always going to be that stupid. He's always, he's never going to see the game. He's never going to see it.
Right.
That's what they think.
That's what it is.
But thank God, you know what I'm saying, that God, I do have a little common sense, you know what I'm saying? And God came to me and had to start giving me stuff in dreams, showing me, you know what I'm saying, like where I'm doing wrong and how I need to fix certain things and how I need to start looking at, other stuff and, things like that.
Right.
Because I was ignorant at one point to a lot of stuff. But the thing is, I was willing to work on myself and I was willing to change. And I was honest about it because I really wanted to change my life. You know what I mean? I don't want to. You only got one time to be here. Like, I want to have the best life I possibly can while I'm here.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I just think that's come back to that whole selfishness thing. You know what I mean? Number one is that she's being selfish about it. And this is why she's ignorant. She's ignorant to the fact of, like, what she did and what she caused.
Right.
So, she don't think she did anything wrong, but she did everything wrong. So that's why I said she's ignorant. So, you have anything else to say on that?
No.
Okay. And she's not a good listener. That for sure. Like I said, it's funny that, like, I've had many problems with my wife, right? But me and my wife, we solved all our problems. We solved all our problems because she's a good listener and I'm a good listener too. You know what I mean? Like, I had to be a good listener. Okay? But it's funny is because, she only had one thing to listen to, like, which was allow me to see my kid.
Right.
Couldn't even do that. So if you can't do that, you definitely ain't going to listen to nothing else I got to say. Right. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to listen to nothing else I want or, nothing I have to say.
Right.
Or nothing I want you to do. And she's not a good listener. So, ladies, be a good listener. Be like my wife. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like the baby mama. You know what I mean? Because when you got a good wife, you go out of your way for that. You know what I'm saying? I know because I go out of my way for my wife. My wife can tell you. There's so many things she can tell you if she want to tell you stuff I do for her. She knows if it's anything she really wants, all she has to do is ask. I do it for her. But she earned that, though. You know what I'm saying? She earned that. I don't just jump up and, I want to, I remember it was this experience. I want to share this experience because I think it's worth sharing. Since we're talking about this real quick and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. But I remember this has nothing to do with being a good listener, right? But actually it kind of do, but it's for a whole different reason. It had to do with me. So I told her this story before. She knows. But I remember I went to a strip club with me and my friends, and it was this. They was telling me, these guys. They was telling me, they was like, "Hey man, we going to the strip club. It's this big booty girl." They was like, "Man, you gotta see her. Like you just have to see this big booty girl, right?" They was going every week to see this girl. And I don't go to strip clubs, you know what I'm saying? I never went to strip clubs. And so I was like, they kept telling, talking about this stripper. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I went. I was like, let me go. You know what I'm saying? How bad? Like I was thinking to myself, like, this girl can't not look that good. The way these guys are described, like I'm seeing good looking girls all over the city.
Right.
And this is way back before women was getting butt shots and stuff. So you knew it was real. This was way before like I think women were only getting their breasts done. That was back when silicone was in.
Right.
But the butt shots wasn't in yet. That hadn't came around to that. This was back then. So you knew, like, if you seen like a big booty girl at a stripper or whatever,
it was real.
It was real, yeah. Right? So I ended up going with these guys, and sure enough, that girl was stacked. The only person that comes close to actually her was you. It's crazy because, I think my wife even got more. My wife got a stripper body. She got a. If my wife would have stripped, man, she will be rich right now. She'll be rich, but you know what I'm saying. But can't do all that. So anyway, so I went to this strip club, right? And sure enough, this girl, she banging body, right? Banging body. I was like, damn, they wasn't putting no ashes on it, right? Like, right. I'm like, okay. And so anyway, to make a long story short, she was making her round like all the guys was giving her, their money, right?
Right.
And so I had a few dollars on me back then. I think this was before I had a child, I think. Mm-hmm. And so this is like
out of high school.
Yeah, it was like right after I might have been like 19, maybe about 20, 21. Did it? I don't know. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I don't remember that age, but I do remember the experience.
Right.
And so it was like everybody was focused on this one stripper, right? Because she was that thick and shit. Her butt was that big. It was just ridiculous. But it didn't look like it was perfect. It was just perfect, Right. And so, and she was making her rounds and stuff. And she came, and I gave her. I think I gave her like $5 or something, like a couple of bucks. It wasn't nothing major, right? Because I wasn't balling like that. I'm just a kid out of high school,
right?
And but I remember after that whole experience, right? I thought about, we was all hyped up and stuff after we left and stuff. We went to go get something to eat. But back when I got like by myself, some time by myself, I think I went back home and did some beats and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking to myself, it must have been God, you know what I'm saying? It had to be God because, I was too busy thinking about the stripper and that, because I've never seen a woman with that kind of body. At that time, never seen nothing like that, right? And as a man, you're going to remember that. That's just like, if you've seen a woman with these, like, if you could be a man and you could be into like boobs or whatever. If you see just like your favorite set of boobs and you like, oh my God, I've never seen that. You're gonna remember,
Right.
So anyway, right. I remember while I was doing beats, I was doing this particular beat, and something made me think. I was like, man, like I wouldn't just go up to any woman and just give her money. Mm-hmm. Just give her my money, right? So why in the world are we going to strip clubs to give women our money?
Right.
All because she's naked and she's showing her butt. So that's why I stopped going to strip clubs, because I realized like man, if I wouldn't just go up to any woman, right, regardless of what she got on, regardless if she looks good, regardless if I'm attracted to her or whatever, if I'm not gonna just give that woman, money, why am I going to a place? Why am I just throwing my money away, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It don't make sense. So I only went once. I never went back again. And I was just like, I guess God didn't want me to go back, because I mean, I think I would have went back.
Right.
I would have went back just to see that, you know what I'm saying? But I guess God gave it to me that way. And I thought about it. I'm like, that's true. I wouldn't just take $5 and go give it, Like I would give it to, someone that's living on the streets that's struggling.
To your girlfriend or something.
Yeah, that's another thing that he gave to me later on. Like, you're supposed to give that like to your woman, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to give your woman that money. You ain't supposed to just give it to some random woman just because she got a banging body, you know what I'm saying? And she's in a strip club shaking it, doing all these moves and stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it was a reason why I told that story, but now I can't remember why I told that story. It was supposed to be something that had to go with one of these terms, but I guess that's just a story I ended up sharing today. But but I guess, I mean, the point is that I ended up listening to God. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I noticed that he gave me that because I was so focused on just the stripper and her body that, like, you know what I mean? And God was just like, dude, you don't need to go to that place. Like, like you ain't giving your money to just random women on the street. So why you doing it in the strip club, you know? And so I kind of, that hit me hard. I was like, yeah, that's a good point. Like, I'm not just walking it up, I'm not just giving my money away.
Yeah, you're right.
And there's a lot of women who deserve that $5 way more than that stripper do. You know what I'm saying? They're great women, and just because they're not on the pole flipping around and stuff, you know what I mean? And I ain't giving my money to them, like, and they deserve it way more than, than the stripper does. A stripper, she's gonna get her money,
Yeah.
So that's why I stopped going to strip clubs. I probably never go back. I'm a married man. I probably can't go back. My wife probably wouldn't allow me to go to a strip club.
Go with you. Gotta go together.
Oh, really? You don't go with me? See, this is why I love my wife, because my wife, she got great understanding. She knows, like, I'm not gonna ever cheat on her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. She's just different. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's an amazing woman, and I love her. And I can't imagine, like, my baby mama actually. She would be like, she'd probably be livid. You want to go to the strip club? What? You ain't going to no strip club. What's wrong with you?
That's crazy.
And it's like, didn't say you can't go. You know what I'm saying? It's just, like,
Yeah. Well, instead of being conceited, if you would have great understanding, then you would understand, it ain't that serious.
Because a lot of guys, they ain't trying to cheat on their girls. But I think a lot of guys that do go, like, from what I've learned and being around the other homeboys and stuff, a lot of them just blowing off steam. That's all it is. They know they're not going to really get anything from this stripper. And if they do, they got to have, like, some serious money to get something from her,
Right.
And, like, they kind of know, like, it's just a way to get away from all the BS, like, that you got to go through in life. And you just like, man, I just want to see a nice, nice set of boobs or whatever. And we just sit and just think and maybe have a beer or two, and you know what I'm saying? And that's it. For a lot of guys, that's what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Like, that's what they're doing, that rather than doing something really negative. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying, like, in this world, y'all can't judge people. You know what I'm saying? You can't judge people. You can't think that just because you see a guy at a strip club or a guy at a somewhere, that he's a bad guy. You don't know what he's dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what how everybody deals with things differently. So
yeah, that's true. Everybody has their go-to.
Everybody has their thing. You know what I mean? Everybody has their thing, and it's like. And that's what God had to teach me, you know what I'm saying? Because God sees everything. And I had to realize, like, he sees and knows everything. And he allows people to do stuff that he don't even agree with. He allows it. That's how open-minded he is. Right. Even though he don't like it, he will still allow you to do it. So if he's like that, then who am I to come and say, like, hey, you can't do this. Or, hey, you shouldn't do this. And be mad about it. And be so upset that I get in my feelings about it,
Right.
So y'all got to stop being so judgmental too, because y'all don't understand, especially when you follow somebody like me. Because like I said, I'm way more open-minded than most people, and y'all gonna learn a lot of stuff if y'all, you know what I'm saying, if y'all just stick with me. And for those who stick to these videos to the end, you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. But for those who just so judgmental, oh, he talks about God, he talks about this, but then he's doing all this other stuff. It's a reason for everything. You gotta understand. You gotta understand, you know what I'm saying, that we do different things for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? God have you, we don't do everything for God. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go into your job, you're not going to that job for God. You're going for that job to pay your bills. Even though you might serve the Lord, you know what I'm saying? But you still got to pay your bills. God knows that. He knows that you're going to work because you got to pay your bills. You're not going to work for God. You know what I'm saying? Like you going to work because you gotta keep a household. You know, God is very understanding. He understands a lot. It's us who don't understand. Right. And then we start making assumptions, and then we start assuming, and then we make ourselves look like a complete ass. You know what I mean? And you know, that's what we got to stop doing as people. But I don't think it's going to stop. I think people are still going to assume. People are still going to, you know, they're going to always make assumptions. Yeah. And yeah, that's just what it is. So, but anyway, ladies, please don't be like the baby mama. That's why I named it The Baby Mama, because it's a whole lot of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And if you are a baby mama, you know what I'm saying, just because you have a kid by a man and you're not married, don't mean you can't come out of this. You can. You can. Just stop being like this. Yeah. And then watch how fast you get wifed. You get wifed up quick. You know what I'm saying? If you do the stuff my wife is doing, not only would you get wifed up, but you're gonna have a happy husband. Right. Who's gonna know that it's not worth cheating on. You know what I'm saying? It's just not worth it. Like I know, like I've been tested a lot. There's been a lot of chances. I said earlier that I had chances to cheat on my wife. And I know this for a fact. I had chances to cheat on my wife. And I knew what it was when the opportunity was presented to me. But I'm not a fool. You know what I'm saying? I know how to look at things like how God look at as an overall. Like versus like, you know, like I know my wife at home. My wife she's gonna be here, she's loyal. She's going to be waiting, and she's going to, whatever I want, she's going to give to me, right? So with this other woman, you don't know what it is. What if she's this? What if she's the baby mama? But she's just fronting. She's faking, right? The whole fake personality. Oh, he's cute. Let me just show him some little booty, maybe bend over this, you know, and let him take him to the bathroom and do a little something. But then you end up pregnant with her, and then she turns into a complete bitch on you. Don't say this can't happen to you, because it happened to me. So this ain't no hypothetical, you know what I'm saying, situation. It happened to me. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. And the price of this, it costs too much. It's too much. 18 years of paying $500 a month. That's insane. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, child support, like I'm going to do a video on child support soon. I hope it's going to be something like this, because you guys need to see. You guys really need to see. Y'all don't need to hear it. Y'all need to see. Y'all need to see the numbers. Y'all going to trip out when y'all see the numbers. And I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to ask you. You know what I'm saying? Is the price of pussy, is it really worth that much to you guys? You want to pay $500, you know what I'm saying, for 18 years. And you tell me, did you get enough pussy that's worth that price? I'm gonna be real with you guys, because you know why? Because God been real to me. God didn't edit nothing out. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? He kept it all the way 100%. I had to learn everything. Nothing was watered down for me, and nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna water nothing down. I'm gonna present it to you guys real, and I'm gonna be blunt. I may say some things that y'all might not like, you know what I'm saying? But it has to be done this way, you know what I mean? Because this is who God made me, who I am. And I know from reading the Bible from front to back, I realized that all the men of God were different. They were all in their own way. None of them was the same. And I'm not supposed to be like them. I am supposed to be like them, but I'm supposed to be my version of them. Okay? So You know what I mean? You guys can continue to judge me and whatever. I don't care. But I'm just trying to teach you guys what I know for a fact. And I had to learn the hard way. So, you know, I don't want nobody to learn like how I had to learn. That's why I'm doing these videos.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, hopefully they do help.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
And if not, you don't want to listen, you'll find out the hard way. And then one day you're going to come to YouTube and you're going to look up, oh, how do I get over child support? How do I get over this? And my video is going to pop up. It's going to be years later probably. My video is going to, hopefully my video pop up if YouTube doesn't really, you know, block me. Because they're pretty much blocking me now. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I say too much real stuff. You know what I mean? But this is what God wants me to talk about. You know what I mean? So I do it. I'm doing it for him, really. I'm not doing it for nobody else. Right. You know what I mean? And my works is what's gonna get me to heaven. By me doing what I'm doing, this is on file. You know what I'm saying? This is my proof. You know what I'm saying? This is my ticket. You know, so this is why I'm doing it. You know, I'm not doing it just to air out my dirty laundry or anything like that. Right. You know, I'm really a peaceful person. I'm really a private person. I could just keep all this stuff to myself. But I have to talk about these things, so I do it.
I think everyone should, especially when you overcome something, and you know it's positive and it helped you. Yeah. It's there to help you.
It's there to help. Yeah, you know? That's what got us all to this point in life. Like we all got here because of somebody else. Right. We all learn the things that we learn because of somebody else. Whether it's on the internet, wherever it is, you learn it because of somebody else. So it's like, you know, you got to pay it forward, as they say. Yeah. Pay it forward means just, you know. And if we want the generation to change, if we want things to change, somebody got to start talking. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep everything to yourself. Yeah. So if it's nothing else, I guess we'll wrap this up. And if anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, I hope you guys learned something. And that's it. We're out of here. Peace.
Right, take care.
All right.